Da-da-da-da! Paper Shun presents everything you need to ace English language arts in one big fat notebook. We're doing this again from the brain from behind Brain Quest. Part 2. Subjective and objective, subjective and possessive pronouns. Grammar, people, don't forget your commas. Also, a comma before and depends on whether you're an American or English. By English, I mean British English. That is really weird to say, so I'll just say British English. A pronoun is really a weird version of a noun. A pronoun is basically a word that takes the place of a noun, but isn't exactly a noun either. Like, my name, Sean, is a pronoun. My cat's name, Claude, is also considered a pronoun. So's the word mom and dad, grandpa and grandma, and so on. Now, it's usually a person, place, or thing. Like, here's some examples. Instead of writing Mindy ran for class president, you're basically going to have to write the pronoun she ran for class president. That makes way more sense. Now, we're going to split this video into 3 parts right now. We're going to go for the 3 parts by talking first, the subjective pronoun. Now, subjective pronoun is what it literally sounds like. It's a pronoun that takes the place of the subject, hence the word subjective, of a sentence. Now, the subject of a sentence is the thing that does something in that sentence. And that thing is something in the sentence. Like, examples is, like, the does part of a subject. Terry rides his bike. And some subjective pronouns are I, you, he, she, it, we, they, what, who. I would remember like this. Aya! She went ahead and did everything she wanted. What? Who? Yeah, dialogue. Dialogue! We'll learn that later. And some examples are I climbed a mountain. I did it. You gave me an apple. And now we're going to go ahead and talk about objective pronouns. An objective pronoun is basically a pronoun that takes the place of an object, the sentence. An object of sentence is basically just saying that something happens in the sentence, like Sasha hits the ball. And some objective pronouns are he, you, him, her, it, us, them, whom, that. And some examples are a pile of blankets fell on me. I waved to you. Please tell Jack I want to see him. He took Tim and me to the park. And now our final pronoun are / is technically, because if it's pronouns it's an R, but if it's pronoun it's an is. Possessive pronouns. Now, possessive pronouns show that something belongs to someone. Like, this Apple Watch belongs to me. Yes, you belong to me. And here's an example of a possessive pronoun. The last piece of pizza is mine. In this case, just some possessive pronouns are mine, yours, his, hers, ours, theirs. And another few examples of these possessive pronoun examples are the last piece of pizza is mine. Mine. No, it's mine. I think this. Yeah, that dirty sock is definitely yours. And it even turns out we have things called, and it doesn't really have to mean inappropriate words. An inappropriate shift is basically a shift where you're using the wrong pronoun to replace a noun. Now, there are actually 2 kinds of these. The wrong number and the wrong case. Now, the wrong number is when the sentence has a pronoun that should be either singular, but you write it in a plural way, and a pronoun that should be plural, but you write it as a singular pronoun. Now, plural means more than one, while singular basically means just one. So an example is that every time I go to the beach, we get a hot dog. That is wrong, because where did those other people suddenly come from? So either you put in every time we go to the beach, we got the hot dogs, or every time I go to the beach, I get a hot dog. Now, for the wrong case, you basically use a sentence when the wrong type of pronoun, such as an incorrectly used an objective pronoun when you're supposed to use a subjective pronoun or something. For example, it's actually possible to use I and me to write about me, but it's possible to also use he and him to write about my dad, but they don't go in the same place. A sentence I and he are actually subjective, and they belong to the subject of the sentence, while the me and him, well, they are objective, and they belong to the object of the sentence. Yeah, just like that. And that's basically where all of this basically ends. Now, there are also other types of pronoun problems, like vague pronouns or compound pronouns, but I won't get deep into that today. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this brief introduction into objective, subjective, and possessive pronouns, or the other way around. And I hope to see you guys soon in another episode of Hanchon Sean. So until next time, Schnein out. Peace! It's time to do a self-test about subjective, objective, and possessive pronouns. Or else.